Alright, mate, you've had your turn, haven't you? Hello, Tony. This video is just for you, Tony. Don't tell all my other subscribers I made this video just for you, Tony. Hope you're doing well, Tony. Today I'm doing basically a video where I put in zero to little effort. I don't get changed for it. I've got a fan running below my desk, cooling my legs that you can probably hear in the background. The lighting's probably not that good. I'm not going to edit the video. It's all just falling apart, and the reason why is because I've made 1,000 YouTube videos now. Can you believe it? 1,000 videos. If you check the channel, you'll see that I'm not lying. I've done 1,000 videos here, so that's wonderful, isn't it? I thought to celebrate, I'll give you a little free Vital preset, and I've called this one Mind Flayed. And it's just a bit of a fun one, free download, just for a laugh. I kind of just really wanted to jump on here and say hello everyone, I've done 1,000 videos, I'm important. No, not really, I'm not that important, but anyway, work ethic, you know, hashtag work ethic, I suppose. Anyway, 1,000 videos. Thank you everyone who's been part of the journey so far. I won't stop here, you know, this is just me sort of very tired and hot, thinking let's get it over to 1,000 and do a little Vital sound design anyway. So anyway, let's jump into this video then. Video preset, whatever. So you can download it for free, but it sounds like this, and I like it. It's jungly, it's fast, it goes with this shuffly break very nicely. Got a quite interesting pitch. I wanted to make it sort of fit with the drums. You could use a bit of post-processing, I think, to make it even more special, but I sort of ran out of effects, you know. But I think as it stands, it does sound pretty cool. It just wants a bit of post-processing to make it perfect, I think. But you know, I'm tired. It's hot. You know, it's the end of the 1,000 video business cycle. We'll move on to the second business cycle on Artifact's YouTube channel, where we go from 1,000 to 2,000 videos next. But anyway, yeah, just dropping this one as a little freebie and just to say hi. And we quickly talk about what I've done to it anyway, just in case. I did make it. I tried to make this is the second one I made today. I tried to make I made another one earlier, but it just wasn't quite good enough to share. But this one's sort of just about good enough to share, I think. So what I've done on this one that makes it interesting is this shape here, the sign on the LFO1 is tracked to the pitch of some oscillators, and it's going up. So I'm tracking LFO1 to the pitch here, and then putting it up to 3. You can just right click, enter value, and then I've done 3 semitones, and so the whole thing is also tracked to the level. But well, and it's also got an LFO sandwich, which is basically, in case you don't know, is where I modulate one LFO with another one. But we start off like this. So yeah, three semitones. So it's going up from 0 to 3 and back down again on the sine wave LFO here. Okay, and then I also use the same LFO to modulate the level backwards. So we'll turn that back on. Okay, and you can hear it's restarting because I've played it in. So every time there's a kick or a snare, it restarts. So it will fit with the drums better like that. Anyway, let's add in the next oscillator. This one is a sine wave, so starting the saw wave at the top at 0, sine wave down -24 doing the bass part, and this one is also, I've got the Shepherd tone mode on, just like adds a slight extra harmonic, and I've FM'd in a tiny bit of white noise, but that's also very subtle. So just one LFO doing the movement. I like to often just put one LFO to move stuff and track everything to that. And then basically then everything's just lined up easier, you know. Sometimes I'll do counter rhythms with different LFOs, but in this case I just did everything on one. And so this one, the level of the sub bass kind of thing stays consistent. It's only the saw wave, which is the higher up harmonic part, that's having its level modulated to the left. So the kind of bass is always on, but the extra saw waves, which we're going to add in another one here, they get turned on and off on the level. Okay, so I've got this one again. It's basically it's the same saw wave, but on this one, just detuning it. So the top one is, you know, a little bit below 0, and the other one is above 0. So they sort of detune, get that natural detuning going on. So that's the kind of rhythm we've got going on, right? But to make it like sort of more fun and cool and jungly, I've done this by ear, and the first sine wave here is on 0.546 seconds, right? And this kind of goes with my beat, which is at 172. I've just tracked it by ear as if I'm DJing or something, you know? And then, but what I've done then is I've put another LFO. We're going to unbypass it, put it onto the speed here, and turned it up 0.208. And this one is just a triangle at 1/2. So yeah, it basically will just get super fast as it gets to the top of the triangle. So sort of always towards the end of the note, it speeds up, you know. And so that effect is cool. It's a rhythmically cool effect. So you could use that kind of concept that I've just explained on a different patch. For example, if you wanted to make a patch that was less like sine wavy and jungly sounding and more like neurofunk sounding, or whatever you did with your wavetables, you could use that same concept where, you know, you're basically modulating the level on something backwards, for example, and then having a sort of sine wave like that, and then using the second LFO to modulate the speed of that. And then on your MIDI, you just kind of always re-trigger the note when it gets to the next kick or the next snare, and then you've got that effect where it kind of like speeds up and then comes back down again, kind of in line with the drums. Yeah, so it's a cool rhythmical sound. Even if you think the actual preset is not your flavour of sound, that's still a cool rhythmical idea, which I haven't really done too much before, or if ever. Anyway, we're going to continue processing the sound. So I've added in some filters on oscillator 1. So this is kind of just the saw wave. And then yeah, taking out some of the harshness in the saw wave, giving it more of a nice edge to it. And then the second filter is basically doing all the other oscillators. Yeah, so this one actually comes in as well through filter 1 here, and then I'm also switching on all of the other ones. And then here's another filter that's going over everything, and this one is mixed in as well here. So yeah, I just found a balance sort of halfway. And so I've kind of got this conglomerate blend of saw wave with sine wave, all kind of filtered, and got a lot of low end, low mid range kind of harmonics going on, which will sound a little better now when we distort it. Yeah, I've got a little bit of movement on that drive with the LFO, which I like. Chorusing it again, a little bit of movement on the mix of the chorus. I think I might bring that down a bit. Compressor is sort of OTT style, kind of just boosting the high end a little bit, but not too much on the mix. Brings out some of that noise, you know. Oh, I've really messed things up here. I've accidentally swapped to a different version of the preset. So after the chorus, sorry, the compressor. Yeah, the rest of the things are a bit subtle. Just another filter. It's just kind of mixing in and out a little bit, just shaping the mid-range. Bit of flanging, just to add a bit of randomness to it all. And then I think I did a touch of reverb, just of 1%. And then I think that's roughly it. I think I've just got an equalizer on the end just to boost the high end here. So So that's cool. That's cool. Maybe I could process it with you together a bit now while I'm here. So, for example, one thing that could be great to do, because I think it's very powerful in all of the low end and everything, I feel like maybe just needs a bit of extra high end magic. So we could together quickly just add a little distortion layer on top that'll make it a little bit more interesting, so I can finish off the tutorial. Oh, sorry, got indigestion. It's to finish off the tutorial in style a bit more, you know. That was a bit nicer. So after toying around with Ruiner for a while, I've got this distortion which we're going to kind of blend in on top. I'm just going to convolute it quickly as well, just so it's a little bit more of a stereo sound and not quite as harsh. So we'll just convolute this. And we'll just turn it down. And where it has quite a lot of chaotic frequencies, it's going to be a bit nicer if we shape it a bit. So I'll do a little filter movement on this one, just with the Filter Freak. The Filter Freak is just my favourite filter because I've just used it for so long, you know. We'll put the tempo we'll match it to the track, and then we'll just do a bit of a movement here. We'll just pick a nice funky pattern. So after messing around with the filter for a while, it sounds like this now, the layer. It's got a bit of extra movement in, and then all we'll do is just take out some of that low end. We'll blend that back in with the original, turn it down a little bit. So it's just got a bit of a cool kind of textured layer to fill out some more of the background and give it some extra high end that it was sort of lacking, you know. Anyway, we'll stop there because I've got it over the finish line with you guys to 1,000 videos. Thank you everyone for being part of the channel. I will continue to pretend to be more professional in the next one and wear clothes and stuff like that. But yeah, we've got the job done. You know, we've made it. Yeah, wonderful business. So thank you guys very much for all your support, and let me know in the comments what you want to see next, and we'll try and continue the content we'll just try and level up the content as we progress for the rest of this year. So thank you very much, my G's. Have a great rest of your day. Catch up with you guys soon. Much love.